Okay, I'll call the Calloway County Fiscal Court into regular session this morning, 9 o'clock. So if you will, before we get started, I'd like to welcome everybody, in particular those of you from the American Legion, all of our guests. But if you will, join me first in the pledge to the flag. If you'll stand, and then I'll offer a prayer, and then we'll get down to business. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our most holy and righteous Father, we humbly as we know how, Father, bow before you this morning, Lord, giving you thanks for the love, the mercy, and the grace you have bestowed upon us. Father, in the last 2 weeks, the last month, our hearts have been grieved because of the passing of loved ones and people that we respected and honored, Father, and our nation, Father, continues to seem like be divided. Father, we just pray that you would bring your healing upon our land, peace within our hearts, Lord, and that in everything we do, that it be done for your praise, your honor, and your glory. Father, please bless our meeting. Everything that we do this morning, may it be in accordance with your will. And we just praise you and thank you in the name of our blessed Savior, whom we love. In Jesus' name, amen. Be seated, please. Before we get into our regular normal business of the day, we have some special guests that I would like to introduce, some for comments. Is Randy here? I guess we'll get to him when we get there. First of all, I would like to recognize Bill Cowan, in particular, as an individual who served this county for the last 14 years on our Board of Elections. He's recently resigned from that board, and considering all that he has done for the board and the citizens of the county and all the unique challenges that he and Ms. Antonio and the board have faced, including redistricting our counties and precincts boundaries, the technological changes they've gone through, the new voting process that we've gone through since COVID, and all the challenges of COVID. I just want to say a special thank you at this time, and I think, Madam Clerk, do you have a presentation you'd like to make?
So just a few things. Lynn got some notes together about Mr. Cowan. He was put into place as on the board right away. Anyway, he went right into the board section. One time we needed some privacy screens, and the clerk at the time was Mr. Ray Corsi. So we were trying to think of different ways they were to make these privacy screens. Wood, you'd have to pack them, different things. So Mr. Cowan came up with 100 privacy booth boards that we still use today. So in the effort to save the county $1,000, Ray made a motion to reimburse Mr. Cowan $32.50 for his duct tape and materials used to make the booths himself. So they've turned out great. We still use them today, and precincts call, or vote centers call and ask for them. So Mr. Cowan was first appointed to the Board of Elections, came in 1 week prior to an election on May 17th, 2011. He stepped right into his new role with grace, understanding of the task and at hand, and knowledge of his responsibilities. His original GOP County Board of Election nomination stated, retired teacher at Calloway County Schools, U.S. Army veteran who attained the rank of colonel, active church member, dedicated to values necessary to represent the party well. And he has done an excellent job. So we appreciate your time with us, and we have a little thing for you. Nikki. So on behalf of the board, Miss Melissa, sorry she couldn't be here today. We've just got this little Kentucky sign and a few little thank you notes from the ladies at the office, because not only does Mr. Cowan
this to Miss Mary, how much we appreciate her donating you for the time you've served our county so well.
She was happy to.
Mary, I'm sorry, I didn't even see you there. You don't have to express it, I just said it, I'm sorry. Next, I would like to have the clerk read a resolution in honor of our dear friend Mark Kennedy. So, Madam Clerk, if you'll do that, and then court, when she gets through, I'll ask you to vote and approve it.
Resolution honoring the life and service of Mark Kennedy. Whereas the Calloway County Fiscal Court pauses to recognize and honor the life, service, and legacy of Mr. Mark Kennedy, a veteran, public servant, coach, and community leader. And whereas Mark Kennedy faithfully served his country in the United States Marine Corps for 12 years, including a 3-year tour in Vietnam, earning numerous medals of honor and 2 Purple Hearts, demonstrating courage, commitment, and an unwavering devotion to protecting the freedoms and values we hold dear. And whereas following the military service, Mark Kennedy continued his career of service through the Kentucky Department of Veterans Affairs and United States Postal Service, where he dutifully carried out his responsibilities with reliability, integrity, and dedication to the citizens of Calloway County and Commonwealth of Kentucky. And whereas Mark Kennedy was proud, active member of the American Legion Post 73, where he served as an officer working alongside fellow veterans to support military families, promote patriotism, and ensure that the sacrifices of those who served are never forgotten. And whereas Mark Kennedy also dedicated himself to the civic leadership as member of Rotary International, living by the motto, service above self, and contributing to numerous projects that strengthened Calloway County and improved the lives of its citizens. And whereas in addition to this public service and civic service, Mark Kennedy invested in the lives of young people as a Murray High School girls and Calloway boys soccer coach, mentoring youth athletes, teaching teamwork, discipline, and sportsmanship, and inspiring the next generation both on and off the field. And whereas beyond this professionalism, military, and civic duties, Mark Kennedy gave generously of his time, talents, and leaderships to the community of Calloway County, embodying the values of service, fellowship, and civic responsibility. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the Calloway County Fiscal Court hereby expresses its deepest respects, appreciation, and honor for the life and legacy of Mark Kennedy, acknowledging his service to his country, his career, his fellow veterans, and his devotion to the faith, family, friends, and his community. Approved and resolved, adopted, and executed on this 24th day of September, 2025.
I would make a motion before the court that we adopt this resolution. Need a second. Motion second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Miss Jackie, if you don't mind coming up, I'd meet you down here. Jackie, you know what a great friend Mark was to all of us, especially these guys here, to our county, and a personal friend of ours. I just want to thank you for the love and devotion he gave our county, he gave you, your family, and I just truly appreciate it. So I'd like to present you with this resolution. So guys, you all want to come up here and let's do a picture with you. Congratulations up here. At this time, I would also like to, Madam Clerk, if you will, to read a resolution honoring Mike Hopkins, our former deputy jailers who passed away earlier, so if you'll read that, and then Brad, I'll ask you to come up and we'll present the resolution to you on behalf of for the jail.
Resolution honoring the memory of Captain Mike Hopkins. Whereas Captain Mike Hopkins was born in 1971 in Murray, Kentucky, and spent his early years in Calloway County before moving with his family to Virginia Beach, Virginia, where he graduated high school and began his lifelong commitment to public service. And whereas Captain Hopkins started his career with the Virginia Beach Fire Department in 1992, he served with distinction until 2005, rising to the rank of Master Firefighter and serving with FEMA's Urban Search and Rescue Team, where he responded to some of our nation's most critical emergencies, including serving as technical search specialist for 10 days at the Pentagon after the terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001. And whereas in 2011, Captain Hopkins began a new chapter of service with the Calloway County Jail, working through the ranks from deputy jailer to sergeant, lieutenant, and finally captain, earning his trust, admiration, and respect of all his colleagues. And whereas Captain Hopkins was known as a mentor, friend, and leader, always willing to help in any way he could. He was passionate about training, educating, and serving as firearms instructor and first aid CPR trainer to ensure the safety of staff, inmates, and the public. And whereas Captain Hopkins contributed beyond his official duties by serving as a volunteer for the Calloway County Fire Rescue Squad and member of the Calloway County Fiscal Court Safety Committee, helping to save lives and improve safety and operational readiness. And whereas Captain Hopkins was also deeply committed to his community, devoting countless hours to organizing Country Kids Christmas, a 501c3 charity providing support to children in protective custody and veterans in need. And whereas Captain Hopkins passed away on August 31st, 2025, at the age of 54, leaving behind a legacy of service, leadership, and compassion that will long be remembered. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Calloway County Fiscal Court, on behalf of the citizens of Calloway County, honors the life memory service of Captain Mike Hopkins, recognizing his selfless dedication to public safety, his unwavering commitment to his colleagues and community, and the many lives he touched throughout his career. Approved, resolved, adopted, and executed on this 24th day of September 2025.
So motion to approve this resolution? Motion second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Brad, if you come up, we'll make this presentation. That will conclude our special presentations at this time. If any of y'all feel like you need to leave, that'll be fine. You're more than welcome to stay, but don't want to. We appreciate you. You're all citizens of the county. You're entitled to voice your opinion on anything we do here at any time. Okay, we will begin the business portion of our meeting this morning with the approval of the minutes from our August 20th regular meeting. You have those in your packet. Any additions or corrections that you may have noted this time? If not, I'll need a motion to approve those minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Second. Motion second. Further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Madam Treasurer, you're on deck. Well, you're in the batter's box. You're not on deck anymore.
Okay, for your financial cover sheet for August 31st, 2025, receipts are $8,776,787. Disbursements are $3,008,619.92. Ending cash balance is $5,768,167.08.
Okay, need a motion to approve the financial report.
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Your
Madam
to-
Treasurer.
Your total encumbrances for general fund is $244,147.98. Road fund is $134,151.44. Jail fund is $51,783.84. 911 fund is $26,087.43. And the auto tax insurance is $580,860.70.
Okay, is there a motion to pay the bills?
So moved. Second.
Motion second. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
I do have two cash transfers. The first one would be transfer from the road fund to general fund in the amount of $500,000. And the second transfer will be from general fund to jail fund in the amount of $200,000.
Motion to approve the cash transfers.
Make a motion to approve the transfers.
Motion second. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you, ma'am. In August, we were presented with the ordinance for, regarding the regulation for the medical cannabis business operations in Calloway County. You have a copy of that in your packet. Notice was posted according to the statutes. At this time, we will recess for the purposes of a public hearing, so we're now in recess. Anybody wish to address the medical cannabis ordinance? If not, I'll close the public hearing. We're back in regular session. This is second and final reading, so I need a motion to approve medical cannabis ordinance as it was presented.
Make a motion to approve the medical cannabis ordinance as previously presented.
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. In addition to the two resolutions we read at the beginning of the meeting, you have a resolution in your packet for the discontinuance of maintenance on Eldridge Lane. This resolution is a result of a petition by all the adjoining landowners. Is located in District 2, if we turn off to go to New Providence. We have done everything legally necessary to do this. Again, it was a resolution, or it was a submission to us from the adjoining property owners of Eldridge Lane. So at this time, I would entertain a motion to approve the resolution to discontinue maintenance on Eldridge Lane. Motion second. Further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. This time, Randy ever gotten here? Okay, well, at this time, we have some board appointments to make. First is the reappointment of two members of the Callaway County Tourism Commission, now formerly known as the Murray-Callaway Tourism Company. Lauren Kelly, who represents the hotel industry, and Adam Carver, who represent the restaurant industry, have served one 3-year term since the inception of the Tourism Commission. They're both willing to serve another appointment, and Jeremy Whitmore's recommendation is that we appoint both of them again with the new terms to expire September the 16th, 2028. I'll make that in form of a motion.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Those opposed? Motion carried. Next, you'll see a letter of resignation from Charlie Bourne from the Dexter Alma Water District as one of the commissioners. Charlie served for a number of years, and we are truly grateful for his service. His current term expires on May the 19th, 2028, and therefore is my recommendation to appoint Randy McAllen to fill the remainder of Charlie's term, which will expire May 19th of 2028. Is there a motion to?
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Today, we also need to replace two individuals on the 911 Appeals Board. The board only functions once a year following the tax mailings. Rebecca Mahaney has three-year term expired on June the 30th of this year, and Jordan Smith, who also served on the board, will expire in 26, but Jordan has recently moved out of the county and therefore needs to be replaced. So it's my recommendation that we reappoint Rebecca to another term to expire in June of 2028 and to appoint Chris Woolridge to fill Jordan's remaining term, same date respectively. I'll make that in form of a motion.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next is, in your packet is a letter from the Commissioner of Libraries with two names for consideration at my request for position one on the Calloway County Library Board. Having followed the statutes, in particular KRS 173-490, Section 1B and subsection 1B, to fulfill that section 1B and subsection 2, and this court having previously adopted the alternative appointment process by resolution 22-1115A, which was obviously passed 22, as provided for in that same statute, I hereby move and recommend the fiscal court. Well, you considered the two names that the commissioner sent me in your packet. Is there any remarks from the members of the court? If not, I recommend the fiscal court the appointment of Ronnie Burking to the library board with a term to expire 8/15/2029, and I'll make that in form of a motion. Motion is second. Questions? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. In your packet are the recommended personnel changes submitted by HR that reflect the departments that have taken place since our last meeting. You've had a chance to review those. Any questions or comments regarding that? If not, need a motion to approve the personnel changes.
Motion to approve the personnel recommendations.
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Surplus. Today we have a FEMA trailer to surplus. It's a 2022 Jayco 21 foot. We received it in August the 6th, 2024, and we had to keep it for 12 months. I don't know. Anybody got any idea of the estimated value?
They should have a copy in there.
Do they? I'm sorry.
It's about, Josh, 24,000?
$16,050 is what's in our packet.
Okay.
It's the-
I have no idea. You know more about trailers, and that sounds somewhere in the ballpark to you?
We'll be lucky if we get that with the market of trailers, but
Well, the motion is to declare it surplus, and then we'll put on gov deals or whatever. But anyway, we will declare it surplus and be able to hopefully sell it in some way or manner. So I need a motion to approve the declaration to declare that FEMA trailer surplus.
make a motion to approve the trailer surplus.
Motion second. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. As discussed at our workshop on Monday, the county attorney is reviewing a contract with the city of Murray for facilities upgrade to the Weeks Senior Citizen Center as a part of the Community Development Block Grant. We hope to have this where we can sign it shortly if need be. We'll call a special meeting to get final approval of it. With the courts, okay, that settles that. This is kind of an update on that. That's for the senior citizens. There's you have the Senior Citizens Board, you also have the Week Center Board, and that's what we're trying to figure out exactly how that needs to be handled to supplement the city's DLG grant to get this done. Brian, Gina, everybody's trying to get it all worked out in detail where we can answer any and all questions regarding it. That's all about that. And with the court's permission, I would like to move forward with a 6-month contract with Janet DeWitt of Copper Road Realty to list the 5 remaining lots on Western Shores. She has reduced the price on those. My recommendation that we sign a contract with her for 6 more months. At the end of that time, we probably will go a different route with them. But with your permission, I would like to move forward with going ahead and signing contract with she and Copper Road Realty. I guess.
Motion that we continue to list our properties with Jeanette for another 6 months.
Motion second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. It's not in agenda, but just for the court members' record, we own 5 lots down there. They're getting ready to elect new officers for Western Shores. We therefore have 5 votes. If you'd care to see the list of the nominees, you can look at them. If you have recommendations to me, let me know, and we will, if it's 2 different ones, we'll divide the votes accordingly. We do have 5 votes, and we are entitled to vote on the directors down there and officers. Okay, committee and staff reports. Ms. Gina, you want to lead that off with the Ordinance Committee and any other committees?
Yes, sir. The Admin Ordinance Committee did meet in regular session on Monday, September the 15th. All members were present, and we had some additional guests. One of those guests was Debbie Bell, who asked to present a request to bring back the cemetery board. We have an ordinance number 076019B that actually established a cemetery board back in 2007. That's a KRS statute. Most counties do have an ordinance. Some counties' cemetery boards function regularly, some do not. Ours has not been functioning to our knowledge since 2019. So her request was that she submit a list of 5 or 6 names to the judge at the next meeting to potentially, hopefully, get a committee reestablished. We also heard an update from Emily Cook with our animal shelter. There were 2 SOPs that the committee approved, one for animal shelter carcass disposal and one for owner surrender. So that was accomplished and done. Josh Kerr gave us an update on FEMA. You just approved the surplusing of the FEMA trailer. We also have an opportunity through the public assistance to replace a culvert or something on Doors Trail. So that is ongoing as we work through that process with FEMA. We also looked at a SOP for the CERT volunteer eligibility and screening. A copy of that is actually in your packet, and I'll refer to the county attorney if we need to approve that, because it does require a cost of $20 per background check, which affects our budget, so I'm not sure if that needs to be formally approved or not.
Am I wrong? I thought they were, was that in there?
Yeah, there's a copy in their packets. I'm not sure you got a copy, but
I was trying to remember how we wrote it up. Josh may remember better than I. Did the people seeking the background check cover it, or do we cover it?
No, it's, we are covering the cost. Josh, you might want to just explain that real quick.
Yeah, we will cover the cost, but it's only for those that are wishing to volunteer for the team aspect. So it won't be everyone that takes the class, just anyone actively volunteers.
Gotcha. Okay.
So not a
Um,
huge expense.
Probably, probably best to get fiscal court approval because it's an expenditure. A previously unbudgeted expenditure.
So I'll entertain a motion then, or the judge will entertain a motion to approve the SOP.
I make a motion to approve the CERT SOP.
Second. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Yeah.
So, our next regular meeting for that committee will be October the 6th. You also have a copy of the minutes from the safety committee in your packet. If anybody has any questions, Tori's here, she can answer those as well. But that's all of my report.
Thank you. I skipped over that after, about the cemetery committee. Is it all right for her to bring us some name suggestions to reorganize, reconstitute the cemetery committee? Is there any objection to that? Now, that's a disappointing committee. There's no encumbrances involved. We've not gotten into that. As y'all know, there's about 215 cemeteries, at least in Calloway County, and you know, it's a, well, I think we could have a board that can make recommendations as they saw fit. I don't see any harm or foul with it, but as far as committing any monies toward those projects at this time, it's not in the budget, so consider that later if need be. But is there any issue with her bringing me 5 names and reestablishing a committee, in which I'll report next committee meeting? Okay. Any other official reports? Brian, do you have anything particular?
I don't, if now is the time for us to add anything extra, I guess I would say, with regard to Mark Kennedy, he took on a job. Some of you were here to remember when the library was in turmoil, and the worst meeting the most raucous meeting we've had in the last 10 or 11 years I've been doing this pales in comparison to the tamest one that Mark got to preside over at the library, and that service was much appreciated by me personally, and I'm sure by a lot of the citizens of Callaway County. He was a bulldog and did a good job for us. That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Antonia?
Yes, sir. Thank you for taking the time for Mr. Cowan. He was an asset to the board, and I know he's still going to help. And again, for acknowledging Mr. Kennedy. If anything, when he came to our office to help a veteran or figure out something for a veteran, he always had a joke and a story as he was walking out the door. So, along with that, the County Board of Elections has taken care of lessening our precincts. So right now, the State Board of Election has the documentation and the mapping and that sort of thing to make us from a 23 precinct county to a 4 precinct county. It'll make no change for the voters, no change for anything except for expense and acknowledgement, reporting and that sort of thing. So as the State Board approves and LRC, we'll get that back to you, but just a heads up that that's going on for now. So we're super excited about it.
Those will basically, the new 4 all have names depending on their location, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest, and they all follow the magisterial lines, which, given the work that we did in setting those magisterial lines up, makes these things just almost perfect hand in glove. And I think, what was it, Paul, we were in 0.2% population-wise?
0.02.
0.02, okay. So I think that is a true credit to Ms. Antonia, the election board, and then the work that we did in the past to get the magisterial districts lined up. We've changed our format a little bit. For those you might be wondering, down at the bottom each month we will try, it's basically motion, petitions, and communications. This will be for motions that aren't on the regular order of business that members of the court would feel free to make. And two, we will, rather than going around and calling on everybody to see if you got something to say, if you got something to say, raise your hand and you're free to speak, but just try to keep things moving a little bit smoother. So we'll go ahead and get the magistrates, see if they have anything they'd like to say and report. So Paul, if you want to.
Yes, sir. I would like to bring up for discussion the mowing of our 20-acre property at 641 and 80. It hasn't been bush hogged this year, and I was just talking to Chris about that, if they felt like that was something they could do once they finish up with right-of-ways, and he felt like it was something we could do in-house rather than contracting out. So I'd like to make a motion that when mowing season's slowed down before winter, that the road department bush hog our 20-acre property at 641 and 80.
Paul, if you wouldn't mind, rather than amending, if you want to include it, if not, I'll propose it as amendment that while they're out there mowing, just kind of clean it up. There's a dead tree, I think, in the back falling over, maybe cut it up. There's still a small pile of stumps out there from the first cleaning, Chris. I don't know if you can get that, what do you want to do, stack it over there and try to burn it sometime, or haul it into the road department or whatever, and just kind of clean the whole lot up a little bit. And then too, the property markers, those are the white poles that run on, I guess, 3, if not all 4 sides. Some of those are kind of bent over from cemeteries mowing or whatever, somebody walking through there. But just try to get everything kind of cleaned up, straighten the poles up. Anything you see out there that would kind of clean it up, even to the extent of getting down on the state right away, if you feel safe and comfortable doing that, maybe with a long arm. You have any problem?
I do not. I can change the motion just to do some fall maintenance in general out there at the property.
Do that, keeping in mind all that's been said. So Paul, that's a form of a motion. There's a second. I'll second it. Second. Okay. Any further questions or comments regarding that? The reason we're doing that this way, public's knowledge, is by virtue of Resolution 240717A, was passed last year. Anything we do out there takes consent of the full court to move it forward. So I think the motion would cover anything we need to do, just kind of clean the property up, get it looking nice before fall. And Chris, you think you could handle all that?
I do. I was up there the other day, and there's really nothing keeping my legs, just dry and dead. But we could hit the high spots and work on the bank. The bank's the pushiest.
Just get your blades sharp, good and sharp, and cut it the best you can, because I know exactly what you're saying, trying to mow that with it bent over and laid down, dried up, and everything else. So thank you, I appreciate it. So the motion is to basically do maintenance on the lot on 64180. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Don, you got?
Judge, I just have one thing. I'm thankful of the volunteer community leaders we've had in this community. We've really been blessed, and a lot of them have military backgrounds, and they not only showing the love for their country, but they pass it on for the love for the community. And so we've just been blessed, and I'd like to recognize that.
Larry? Rick?
I missed last month. It's good to be back. Had to have some new parts put in. But I'm doing good. Thank you.
Thank you. Seem to be doing much, much better. We have a, does anybody else wish to speak or address on an issue or make something known or anything like that? Okay, if not, we have a couple of other considerations that, one, we've had one property owner on Nova Lane that basically gave the easement for the road. Initially, as I understand it, it should have been taken, and the road was only put in, as I understand it, because a lady lived at the far end of it. She's since passed away, and the house is deteriorating and all that. So the original property owner has requested that we take Nova Lane out of the county system. Again, no maintenance, but to do that will require motion from the court, which I'll make that in form of a motion, but we have to go through the process of posting some signs along there. I think 3 signs, and I don't know, we have to advertise it in some way.
You have to appoint some
Observers.
unbiased observers to go with Chris and review it, and he has to write a report.
That's sort of the process we have to follow in going this route, with not all the adjoining properties owners agreeing to it. So I've made that in the form of a motion, and do I need to appoint, or can I do that after the meeting, a couple of observers?
I think you can do it after the meeting. I don't think you have to do it on the record, just
Okay.
say that you're going to.
Anybody want to volunteer, let me know. But anyway, to get that in the record and that process started, I need a second to my motion to move forward with that and start the process. Motion made in second. Further discussion? Motion, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. The second sort of a similar request, but comes from us from a different angle. East Y Grocery, did you ever?
I could not find anything, sir.
Okay. We can't find any records on East Y, which is designated as a county road. Those of you that old enough to remember, East Y used to be part of 280, and it came at an angle where the old gas station that burnt came in there, and then at some point 280, the curve was made where you've got a 90 degree assessment access to Kentucky 94. But we can find no records that indicate that we ever officially took that in, or that the state did anything to do it. I think it was just one of those things that happened. Nobody thought anything about it, but in meeting with Michael Oliver before he retired, he acknowledged that it is state property. There's a maintenance issue on the back of it, and that's part of the issue, is whether if it's our road, we've got to fix it or try to address it. If it's state road, then it's obviously state responsibility. And Mike indicated that he would take care of it. Of course, again, he's since retired. I've talked to Brian Black about it. I assume they're working on it from their end. But anyway, I would make it in form of a motion that we go through the same process as with Nova Lane and post that and put the signs up, form same committee Brian was talking about, and try to get a resolution to it. It's either our road or it's not, but there's no official documentation where the county officially took it in, and to my knowledge, no indication that the state ever sent us a deed or whatever they send us to do that. And but there is an issue with the road, and that's what we're trying to do. But again, whose road is it? So with your permission, I'll make that in the form of a motion that we post the signs, do the observers, go out there and do whatever other research we could do to find out, and ask the state again to prove they gave it to the Calloway County Fiscal Court, and that we do in fact own it. Otherwise, we will remove it from our list. It does have a CR number, which indicates that it is a county road. I think it's like 0.2 something mile long. It's not a big issue either way. But anyway, I would move that we start that process also.
Judge, could I butt in quickly?
Sure.
If, could I ask you to consider amending your motion before it gets seconded to give you the authority to start that process if you determine that it is officially in the county road system? If we don't have anything saying that it has come in, then the way to get it out would be different, the formalities of that. If it's in fact a public road instead of a county road, the way we discontinue what we do with it would be a little bit different. So you might ask the court to just give you authority to move forward if we find later that it did formally get adopted in the county system.
I got you. I'll amend my motion to include what Brian said, so.
Wouldn't it be a state road instead of a public road though,
I guess that's,
or a county road?
Well, I mean, my best guess is state road, but not seeing any of the documentation from the time. There's a possibility that they discontinued it, and then if we didn't formally accept it, then it was not taken into the county road system. So if that's not there, then it was not a county road. They might have discontinued it on their end and turned it into a public road. But again, I haven't seen any documentation one way or the other.
Well, there's a subdivision there that somebody's gonna have to keep it up, is what I'm getting at, Brian.
Right. I think we need to find out what the state did, and if they ever actually did anything on their end, or if the regional road supervisor just called the judge and said, this is y'all's problem now, and then we didn't do anything. That leaves it kind of in limbo. We need to find out if the state did what they needed to do, or if it's still there.
I'll second that.
I'll contact Kyle and see what process to go through on their end, just some kind of verification along with what Brian said, if it's, okay with the court, and then I will advise you before what we're gonna do, if we're gonna do anything like that, so. With that, that's, I guess, still a motion, but we'll investigate further before we do that, and if I determine, I'll advise the court, members, probably by email or call you or something, let you know what we're doing, see if everybody's still good with it, and then, but I think my first contact would either be with Kyle Pote or Commissioner Lewis or somebody up there to see if they can find any of y'all. Ricky, would you remember about when they put that new entrance in?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Sometime after 94. I was sitting here trying to think. I think it was sometime around 97, but I might be wrong, but I know it was after 94.
Well, I just thought give him something to look at, or somebody in Frankfurt, whoever does the property thing up there. So, okay, you have the motion. I think we generally understand it in the process, and also motion was seconded. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, the next court meeting will be October the 15th. The workshop will be on the 13th. Again, the workshop, anybody wants to attend publicly, we start at 8 o'clock. Court will start at 9 for regular. If there's no further business, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion second. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, motion carries. We are adjourned. Again, I appreciate your attendance and everything we've gotten done today. Thank you. Did Randy never did show up?
Sorry, I didn't mean to break your train.
No. Well, I mean, that helps me get figured out where to go from here. And I agree, I was probably jumping the gun with trying to do it that way.
You didn't want to make Mary Beth mow that property over there? You make her mow at your house, don't you?